We are living in an era of unprecedented change, unseen in 100 years. Relying on more resources no longer leads to growth. The old paths are no longer viable. So what should everyone do? Chinese entrepreneurs must rely on Drucker's management science and technological advancement, shifting from extensive operations to refined management. Whoever can allocate market resources to the most effective and appropriate positions and establish a modern enterprise system that fits will have the opportunity to gain the compound value of time. Economic cycles are divided into four types based on their duration: the 3 to 4 year inventory cycle, the 7 to 8 year Huglar cycle, the 15 to 25 year Kuznets cycle, and the 50 to 60 year Kondratiev cycle. The Kondratiev cycle is considered the major long-term cycle. Therefore, when facing these major cycles, understanding the cycle becomes extremely important. China has entered a new era of systemic overhaul and unprecedented changes not seen in a century. In this era, the macroeconomy is extremely important and unusually sensitive. It will profoundly impact industrial development and influence structural variables in society, such as demographics, education, healthcare, and the real estate. All these must confront low birth rates, low growth, and low consumption, and even the long-term decline. This year, there are fewer than 8 million newborns, and the population is experiencing a precipitous decline. Many have not realized the profound changes brought about by the population peaking. Our current total fertility rate is only slightly higher than South Korea's, ranking among the bottom 3 in the world. In the future, kindergartens, schools, primary schools, secondary schools, and even universities may all face the possibility of merging. There are not enough students, and the supply of labor is limited. Because the labor force is shrinking and becoming more expensive, the cost structure of many industries will undergo significant changes. Many entrepreneurs are not aware of these factors. Such structural, slow-moving variables will profoundly change the way China's social and economic life operates, the development trends of Chinese industries, and the competitiveness of Chinese enterprises. A single change can affect the whole system. With the population peaking, land resources peaking, technological resources peaking, financial resources peaking, and even insurance resources peaking, our development bottleneck will arrive very soon in such an environment. This situation is a typical zero-sum game in a stock environment. The growth model that relied on incremental expansion must be completely transformed into one focused on high-quality growth. In this environment, there will be a period of initial pain. Everyone needs to honestly pay off debts, adjust their balance sheets, and increase cash flow to face this pain and the process of clearing out the old. The era where true entrepreneurial ability is put to the test has arrived. At its core, investing is an act of buying into future growth. In addition, industrial layout is very important. As an institution focused on consumer investments, Jiahua targets essential needs, high-frequency consumption, livelihood-related sectors, and products with exceptional value for money, as well as basic infrastructure for people's daily lives, providing quality products and services to the public. Even without so-called demographic or era dividends, we are committed to working diligently, improving management efficiency and optimizing operations. Among the relationships between people and factories, managing relationships with people is the highest level of business. In the past 40 years, models centered on goods and factories have been continuously streamlined and adjusted. Only by focusing on people, centering on consumers, and creating good products and services that deliver consumer welfare and surplus value, can one win people's hearts in the long run. Good products and good services are positively correlated with time. Their effectiveness endures over the long term. Time is the scale that measures a company's value. Profit should be seen as a byproduct of doing things right. In this context, as Chinese entrepreneurs face changes in the macro environment and structural shifts in the slow variables of production factors, they must diligently hone their internal capabilities, improving management, optimizing operations, refining technology, and strengthening value. Chinese enterprises are facing an era of market clearing, even an era of slim profits, where they must turn crises into opportunities and transform danger into safety. The competitiveness, competitive standards, and structural competitive advantages of Chinese enterprises are also gradually being nurtured and developed. As a result, a large number of truly capable entrepreneurs who can participate in global competition are emerging among Chinese enterprises. I believe that such competition, such market clearing, such downturns, and such crises are actually a good thing. This is a true test for entrepreneurs, industries, products, services, and brands. A process of rebirth through fire, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. The market will make its own selections, and those that need to be cleared out must be cleared out. Of course, we can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. We need to distinguish and treat things differently. By unleashing institutional dividends, leveraging market mechanisms, and optimizing structures, we should let the market take the initiative in selection. Those with competitive strength and structural advantages, truly good people and good companies, will definitely win in market competition. This is a key point emphasized in both the theory of moral sentiments and the wealth of nations. Therefore, this adjustment has come at just the right time. It serves as a valuable reflection on the past era of big fish in big waters and the focus on quantity through simple factor input. And it is also a process of rebirth like the phoenix rising from the ashes. High-quality growth must break away from the past, and this is absolutely correct. We must have the courage to make decisive sacrifices and cannot try to have it all. Zhehua Capital will invest in the right sectors and choose the right entrepreneurs. Choosing the right people means that the right industry, the right company, and the right people must all come together. Only by being excellent in all three areas can one have a chance to win in future competition. Now, the expectations for investors are even higher. Investors must be both visionary and grounded. To be visionary means understanding macro policies, comprehending the century's unprecedented changes, grasping industry transformation, being aware of institutional shifts, and recognizing environmental changes brought about by society's pursuit of high-quality development, including what I call the slow variables in our economic structure. Being grounded also requires investors to truly connect with reality, to actively participate in the operation of businesses, empower companies, and genuinely engage in value creation, rather than just making inconsequential remarks at board meetings. Most of those remarks are simply about seeking common ground while setting aside differences. They are the results of compromise. Such comments don't bring revolutionary change or play a decisive role in a company's growth or operations. Investors should serve as valuable advisors to companies, not just by staying out of the way or avoiding causing trouble, but by truly offering insightful suggestions across various industries and deeply engaging to become business partners in the company's operations. They become the company's number 2 employees and champion-level sparring partners. Because investing is truly a socially beneficial act, not just an economic one. At its core, it helps adjust the structure of the economy, optimize industrial structures, promote industry development, and improve the welfare of people's lives. So it carries significant social responsibility. This is because society entrusts its accumulated wealth to you for management, and through your professional work, you create better products and services to offer to the public. I firmly believe in one principle: to immerse myself in everyday life, empower ordinary people, support Chinese consumption, and help national brands thrive. This mission is big enough, long-lasting enough, and the track is wide enough. Facing unprecedented changes, China must stimulate domestic demand. Society will shift from a production-oriented to a consumption-oriented market, transforming savings into spending power. What is our fundamental contradiction? It is the contradiction between the people's ever-growing needs for a better life and unbalanced and inadequate development. What's lacking is exactly what we need to supply. The supply-demand relationship is essentially about balancing supply and demand. Right now, there is a shortage of high-quality supply, which means there is great potential for China's consumer and service industries. In essence, there is no real distinction between new and old forms of consumption. The media loves to coin new terms or create buzz. But the essence of consumption is still people-centered. It's still about providing products to everyone. Food is still something we eat, transportation still requires vehicles, bikes, cars, even planes, and hotels are still physical places. The fundamentals haven't changed. Even though we now use the internet, electronic payments, and other digital tools, the actual products and services delivered in the end remain the same. There is a distinction between innovative consumption and traditional consumption, but not the kind of new versus old dichotomy that the media reports, as if new consumption and traditional consumption are inherently opposed. The emergence of such concepts is essentially about creating opposition and conflict, generating buzzwords and trends, and quickly reaping benefits from the capital market. Their goal is not to genuinely run a business well. If you look past the surface to the essence, the company is still the same company. The tools, Methods and technical capabilities they use may differ, but the content of the products and services remains the same.